Hi, my name's Bill.
My name's Elaine.
I'm John.
And today we're going to be doing red beans and rice as our main dish to have. So this is episode 2 of We Don't Measure, which is fairly self-explanatory, I think. So that we don't measure. We know the ingredients, but we have calibrated eyes, so we know exactly how much is going in there without having any issues. So we're ready to go. So I will list everything out here and be off and running.
Most importantly, we have wine.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
we got to do our toast in the beginning of the show. That's our thing. We drink, we cook.
Awesome.
It turns out awesome.
Cheers.
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 So our last episode, which is our first episode, was really kind of a dry run, and it was really long. I understand that. We needed to figure out pretty much what the hell we were doing.
15 minutes or less.
15 minutes or less. So we might talk a little fast this time, but we're going to get this thing done. So we're going to, we got some new equipment. We got some multi-angles. We got some good, hopefully good sound set up, and this should help us. So let me go through the ingredients of red beans and rice. Red beans and rice are super easy. This is going to blow any of that Zatarain's crap out of the water. And we're going to cook everything in the Instant Pot, which is what our go-to cooking utensil is going to be. And once you have this one time, you'll never buy anything instant or go buy it from Popeyes or any of that other stuff. This is great. So the first thing we're going to do is we have a half pound of bacon, which we do uncured bacon. Gets rid of the nitrites, the nitrates. It's healthy bacon, right?
Yeah.
Healthy bacon.
Healthy.
It's not quite as salty as regular bacon. We have a cup and a half of rice.
Is that instant rice or regular rice?
Nobody uses instant rice.
Oh.
So it's regular rice, and the best way to prepare rice is to soak it. First you rinse it, and then you soak it. Gets rid of all the excess starch. Plumps the rice kernels up nice and pretty, so they're ready to be cooked.
My rice cooks in like 5 minutes.
Then it's not instant, is it? The next thing we have is some red beans. So the Instant Pot is you can cook raw or unsoaked red beans or any other type of beans in the Instant Pot. What I've read is it doesn't work quite as well because it doesn't break down the enzymes when you naturally soak them, so we don't get all gassy. That's the whole idea. When you eat my red beans, we don't get gassy. So we have a cup and a half of red beans that you want to soak for a minimum of 6 hours. If it comes down to it, you can soak them a little bit less. You just use some warm water, and 6 hours is really the maximum amount of time that I've found works for this particular recipe. We have 1 diced onion, which we like our yellow or Vidalia, any type of sweet onion. So we like the sweet. We did about 3/4 of a red bell pepper. That gives it some sweetness also in the pot. I'm not a big red pepper guy. Are you a red pepper guy?
I love red peppers.
I do not like red peppers. However, I'm cooking it, so I love it.
They go really good with wine.
It's like
I've
red peppers go to. Is it a red wine or a?
No, this is
Is that a Chablis you're drinking?
no Chardonnay.
Chardonnay. High dollar, huh?
$7.99.
$7.99. We like to have, since this is kind of a Cajun dish, we have some jalapenos. We have 3 jalapenos in here since we're making so much. Or you could use any type of hot pepper. We've used habaneros. We've used some cayennes. Once you do 1 jalapeno, 1 cayenne, and 1 habanero, it gets a little spicy. So
Is it hard to grow your own peppers?
Growing peppers is super simple.
I tried. I only got like 6 peppers. Out of like 8 plants, I got 6 peppers.
There must be something wrong with your soil.
You just didn't do it right.
Okay.
We're using a teaspoon of oregano, teaspoon of thyme, 2 tablespoons of garlic or more, because we all love garlic. If you don't like garlic, I don't want you around here.
Because you're
Little
a
bit of-
vampire.
A little bit of salt and pepper, and broth. We use chicken broth. We make our own chicken broth. We have the box of chicken broth. We got broth. Come on down. We got broth. So we make our own. It was frozen. We make them in either 1 cup or 2 cup chunks and thaw them out. And then we have some backup just in case we need it. We're ready to cook.
Let's do it.
Nice thing is, all this is prepared.
Who did all that work?
Who did all that work?
Me.
So this is
Makes it easier.
this is gonna be really super simple. That's my thing, super simple. It's all super simple. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cook some bacon and
Super simple, so you can drink more.
drink more while we're cooking the bacon. Now it's gonna start smelling good.
Sizzle already. Did you
at
turn
that.
that on beforehand?
Hey, I got assistant. Need production assistance. So
Do
we're
I
going
get to
to
stir this week
You're gonna be
like
the
I did
stirrer.
last week?
So John is the stir, the assigned stir, and we're
You
gonna
don't
cook
have to
that
be
up.
good to do this.
We're gonna cook that up. We want the red bean, or excuse me, the bacon to be
Thank you.
right at crispy. Just not quite crunchy, but crispy. Is that different?
No.
Okay. So we don't want it.
You don't want it fatty.
We don't want it crumbly. We don't want it fatty because once it goes in, when it cooks into the dish itself, it will obviously soften up with everything else that's going up. And soft bacon is better than hard bacon. We're going to turn the temperature up on that just a little bit so we can get this frying up.
I have a bacon story. You want to hear my bacon story?
You have bacon?
My brother-in-law, he likes his bacon almost burnt, like falling apart. So he cooks it until it's like, you can't even really tell it's bacon anymore.
Like the kind I was saying that we don't want to have.
Yeah, but I kind of like mine soft. I like soft bacon.
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of fat still in there
Yeah.
because the fat gives it the flavor. Yes. So what's your bacon story?
That was it.
Oh, he likes it like
So John knows a guy who likes crispy,
My brother-in-law,
extra
actually.
bacon, crispy bacon. Who's his brother-in-law? Sam. He's only got one brother-in-law,
I was trying to think.
unless Ben's got. No. Okay.
Okay.
So today John decided he wanted to drink, like I was saying earlier, drink some Chablis.
It's Chardonnay.
Okay, Chardonnay. Sorry.
Very
Yeah,
good.
that
Weird.
white stuff. That'll give you a headache.
It's easily fixed with Motrin.
I'm right there with you.
Now that the bacon's getting pretty close to being done, what we're gonna do is we'll take the bacon out and we'll put it on a
Big plate.
plate. That's what we like to call these, plates.
Turns out bacon sticks if you don't stir it enough.
So that's okay. The Instant Pot, everybody's like, oh, how do you clean the bottom? It all deglazes. Once you put a liquid in there, once it comes to boiling, by the time you're done, it's all gone off the bottom. We haven't had any problems with cleaning
Yeah.
our Instant Pot.
All
Good.
right, I think we're about ready.
Nope, gotta get it crispy. Not crunchy. Crispy.
No splatter.
We're good. No splatter, pitter patter.
Let's get at her. Bacon.
Uncured bacon. The healthy kind.
Is
Yes.
All right, I'm going to take the bacon out.
it crispy?
It's crispy enough. So we're going to use the grease to cook all of our vegetables so we get that good, wholesome, healthy bacon flavor into everything. So bacon,
Healthy bacon.
healthy bacon. Okay, so we're going to put that back on. So if I don't have enough oil from the bacon grease, I'm going to put just a little bit of light olive oil.
Onions first?
Yep, onions first.
All of it?
All of it. Yeah, we got to cook them all.
Don't be scared. Just dump it in.
Just dump them in. All right, so we're going to, while we're doing that, we'll put a little bit of pepper in there. Everybody likes pepper. I didn't like pepper as a
It's
kid.
really hard to use.
I never used to like it.
I didn't like pepper as a
found
kid.
Everything in pepper. I've cut back
And
on
now-
salt and thrown stuff in pepper.
We do the fancy 7 pepper
Kernels.
kernels.
Blend.
Whatever they are.
Jenna, who's not here
Peppercorns.
helping this
They're not
week,
kernels, they're not
unfortunately,
pep- they're
loves
not
pepper.
Kernels. They're called
Does she?
peppercorns.
Peppercorns. There you go.
I don't think what they were.
All right. We are going to cook these until they are translucent.
Bacon
Translucent
away
is
from
you
me,
can
'cause I
see
won't eat it.
light through them. You cannot hold up an onion and look through it. All right, the onions are pretty close. So what we're going to do is cook the peppers, and I like my peppers cooked. Spoonful of onions makes the girls
Welcome.
go
Pepper is
away.
good.
I'm all about presentation too on my dishes.
What do you mean?
This dish is pretty good. We got green, we got red, obviously white. So it's a colorful dish. It looks good on a plate.
And like one thing I do on the red beans, I use 2 different red beans. I use the small little
Oh, I
red
forgot
beans,
about that.
and I use the normal red kidney beans. So I have a smaller bean and a bigger bean.
Now that our peppers and onions are pretty much cooked down, we're gonna put the jalapenos. I'm not so worried about. I can eat some raw jalapenos, but we want them cooked. I don't have to have them obliterated in there like I do peppers and onions. So we're gonna cook those up, nice and pretty. Now that looks pretty damn good, don't
It's
it?
like Christmas in an Instant Pot.
Yes, it does. It looks really good.
Yeah.
And a little dash of lime, and you can just sit there and eat that.
That's a good reminder. I forgot to put lime on the list. I didn't see it in front of our
here.
Instant Pot, but we like putting lime in a lot of things. Lime brightens up food. pretty much regardless of what the food is, you put a couple of dashes of lime into anything, it really brightens the food, makes it taste pretty good. So we go through a lot of lime.
We keep a lot of lime around.
We go between lime and chicken broth. We go through a lot of both of those. So I'm gonna throw a little bit of.
We used to buy the lime juice by the case.
We're gonna throw
on Amazon.
a few dashes of lime in there. We'll be all set.
There's a lot of dashes of lime.
It's like the story. We don't measure. You just dash until it dash and go.
I forgot I got the salt in too. If we were following a recipe, I'd remember these things.
But since we don't measure,
We don't follow no stinking recipes. We make it up as we go, and it's recorded for history, so we'll remember next time. How we doing?
we're cooking, man.
All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of what did I say? 2 tablespoons of garlic.
Yeah, we don't measure.
Yeah, just if you like
They're
garlic,
a little fat. 1 tablespoon,
give it some more. Yeah, there we go.
2 tablespoons. All right, now we're gonna cook that up for probably about a minute, and get that all done. While we're doing that, we need to put a little bit of we need to put our teaspoon of oregano, and that'll give
Keep
us.
going. That wasn't a teaspoon.
I want a teaspoon.
No.
All right.
I like oregano. So
And a little bit of thyme. We don't need as much thyme as we do oregano. The oregano gives it that special flavor. So we're gonna go with that.
I gotta tell you, standing here, I'm getting all the smells. Like every
does
time
smell
you
pretty
add
good,
something,
doesn't
it changes the
Yeah,
smell of
It
it.
smells pretty good.
Changes the whole complexity of the dish. But seriously, every time you guys are adding something, it's like, different smell.
Everything's cooked. All of our veggies are cooked. We're now gonna put our soaked beans right in there, and then we don't. There's a guideline on how much broth you put in, but it's pretty much until you cover just the top of the beans. So we're gonna put our homemade chicken broth in. Actually, that's just right around, isn't
Wow,
it?
look at that. Did you
Put our bacon in.
time?
Well, it
did
was
you?
2 cups. That was 2 cups.
Yes.
Amazingly, it's measured and
Wow.
works. All right, stir that up.
that's because I measured it when I make them.
The rice is not cooking here, so when I do Instant Pot cooking for anything that has more than a couple of main ingredients, I'll add layer it so that it all comes out just right. So we've got it all stirred in. We're now going to put our lid on. We're going to set the Instant Pot to, we're going to put this on high pressure, 17 minutes, and we're off and running. So we'll see you on the backside
Of 17 minutes.
of 17 minutes. Okay, we're ready to go. We're counting down. We got 1 minute left for the first portion of our red beans and rice. We got to get the beans cooked on this portion, and then we'll dump our rice in. And in the meantime, we're gonna do a shot of
Tequila.
Patron.
No.
No.
Yes,
Yes.
actually, this time it is Patron. Sorry, this time it is Patron. Normally, we've been getting
Don Julio.
Don Julio.
Happy birthday.
Cheers.
Birthday.
It's our birthday for the cooking show.
Good stuff. This sound's gonna be a little bit different because we forgot to turn the microphone on. So there's the beep. So we're gonna do a quick release on the Instant Pot, and I'm gonna put a towel over it to make it a little bit easier. And now we're really gonna smell some good stuff.
Get my wine away from the exhaust.
One day we drained our rice so that it's ready to dump right in, and we're ready. Twist away. Look at that. What do you think of that? Oh boy.
That's looking good.
Now we're gonna put our rice in. Nice fluffy, rinsed, non-instant rice. We're gonna stir that up just a little bit. If we needed to add a little bit of broth, we could, but because it looks like we had plenty from the beginning, we want to have the broth covering the rice as well. So it looks like we have enough mixture in there. Make sure the rice is covered, make sure the beans are covered, everything's below the water line.
We're good.
Okay.
Ready for the top?
I need the top.
See if I can figure this out this time.
Here's the trick. We want this to go like this, and turn it like that. Everything's locked. So what we're gonna do now is, with the rice in there, we're gonna set it for 4 minutes, and then we'll do a natural release for 15 minutes, and then it will be done, and it will be ready for us to eat.
Awesome.
It's almost instant.
Damn near. Oh, well, as long as we have a reason to do it.
What's our reason?
Finish the Patron
To
off.
finish the Patron off.
Cheers.
We're down to the finish line. We're at 12 minutes. This should pop at any minute. Maybe it goes to 15. Maybe it doesn't.
I am starving. I've
If you
never
leave-
eaten here and been disappointed.
I was gonna say, you leave here hungry, it's your own daggone
What if
fault.
you had a cooking show and the food just sucked?
Oh,
I
right.
wouldn't lie to you. I tell you, it sucked.
What you
Is
want?
one piece of pork going with one dish? Whew. Yes.
Okay. All right, we're at 15 minutes. The little doodad didn't pop, so we're going to go ahead and take it upon ourselves to open this up. See how much pressure there is. A little bit of pressure. All right, it is done. We are opening the lid.
And the
Woohoo. Oh my God, doesn't that look good?
That was pretty good. Yeah, fluff it there.
Wow, I'm fluffing.
fluff.
I'm a fluffer.
So you see how nice and tender everything appears. It's not wet. I mean, it's moist, but not wet.
That's what she said.
The beans are holding together. The rice is not mushy. It doesn't all go together. So we're gonna plate this up. I'll put this at the end, but this has about 450 calories per serving, and our servings are a little bit larger than probably the USDA. We're gonna finish this with our pork that we made in the sous vide, and so that it is a complete dish. Again, the red beans and the rice in the main dish. We have the pork chop that we did in the sous vide as the secondary, and that's how you make red beans and rice in the Instant Pot fairly quickly.
And it looks delicious.